Hi, my name is Bronwyn Jane. I'm a psychic medium and spiritual coach. This is video number 2 of our 3-part video series, Psychic Awareness, how to bring more psychic awareness into our world, some tips and skills on how to do that. If you haven't seen video number 1, go back and watch that, because in that video we explore our own energy and some skills on how to shift and change that. In this one, we're going to talk about making space and tracking our psychic hits. So we need to have time to do this. We need to make room in our world. Allocate time to this practice. Doesn't have to be a huge amount of time, but you need to make time. You also have to be aware too of when spirit and when energy is coming into your perception. This sometimes occurs when we do really rhythmic activities. So it could be cleaning, sometimes it's driving, sometimes it's in the shower, where you'll just get these kind of inspirational hits, or what even sound like your own voice in your head. Start being aware of those. I'm going to encourage you to get a notebook, write these things down, these things that feel like sort of premonitions. Write them down, date them. Think about, those situations where you have thought of someone out of the blue and you have ran into them or they've called you. Those type of things I want you to take note of. The reason why it's super important is because your biggest block to your intuition is you. You don't trust it. You think it's made up. Maybe you think it's a coincidence. You're not sure where it came from. A whole heap of things that you do to yourself that actually block it. If you write down these hits, these premonitions, these gut feelings, and then you tick off when you were right, the more that you trust by ticking off, the more that they happen and the less that block becomes. So if you want this to be more in your world, you need to start trusting. And the only way to do that for most people is to acknowledge when you got it right. And writing it down is the best way, because then when you start thinking, I can't do this, this isn't me, this is all made up, blah, 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 all those things that we do to ourselves, you can go back to your book and go, oh no, on this date, I did get that right. And on this date, I did get that right. To give you that self-belief, because the world told you that this was not real. And now you need to push that away, because we are energetic beings made up of energy. It comes out of our body. We need to learn how to trust what we are interpreting when we are translating the energy that is coming into our body, what we are picking up from our environment and others. And this will help you. So the takeaway from this is we need to create space, mental space. We need to create time, allocate time to the practice. Allocate time to the commitment of doing this, saying, I'm actually going to make sure I meditate. I'm going to make sure that I journal. I'm going to actually listen to those things that pop into my head, my gut feeling, and I'm going to start recording them so I can tick them off. So when I doubt myself, I can go back and reassure myself by looking at all the times I was right, that this is not made up, that I am not just creating something from nothing, that what I am interpreting is real. Keep an eye out for video number 3. In this, we're going to talk about the mind-body-soul connection and signs from spirit. As I said, this is a wonderful way to bring in really practical skills to enhance your ability. Get that notebook and start writing that down. You'll be surprised the shift that creates.